if you've ever been sharing your emotions with someone and they're like, I have no idea what to do with this, I don't know what to say, I don't understand, or you're sharing and it like doesn't really make you feel any better, this is probably why. On this body graph, I have highlighted the individual emotional circuitry. Now, if you've never seen this before, think of this like a blueprint of your energy. You know, like when people talk about auras and they're like, oh, your aura is green, and it means you have this very healing presence and stuff like that. That's all cute and shit, but this is really what you want to learn. This is what you want to know about yourself. And if you don't already know your human design, you can visit reikimarco.com, plug in your birth information, and it'll pop you out one of these. There are also custom reports available for your body graph. Once you generate it, just scroll down a little bit. $20 will get you a totally custom report. It'll tell you everything you need to know about your human design. All right, let's crack into this. Down here we have the 3955. This is called the channel of emoting. And then 2212. This is the channel of openness. If you have either of these two channels, it means that your emotional wave is going to manifest through moodiness and melancholy, which is the like pretty chill and then all of a sudden like super happy and ecstatic and excited, and then the next second like really sad and oh, I can't do this. No, not true. And this is why you're not getting the emotional resolution you want from talking to somebody about it. These channels right here and this emotion is designed to get you to go be alone, to get you to be in the melancholy, because these emotions are helping to individuate you. It's helping to differentiate you from everybody else. And when you talk about it, you take the energy from being right here in the emotions all the way up to the head and ajna. You start trying to think your way through emotions. You start trying to rationalize and problem solve your emotions. Essentially what you're doing is trying to apply logic and mental pressure to the emotions, which feels like suck ass. So if you have these channels, the next time you feel emotional or you feel the melancholy or you feel like you're in a bit of a mood, instead of just like powering through your day and trying to ignore it or distracting yourself or getting high or looking for validation online, like just go be alone. Be in your moodiness. Be in your melancholy. One of the things that stops people from actually becoming an individual, from becoming themselves, is this thought, I shouldn't be thinking this. Or, man, I must be bipolar. Like, I'm happy one second and then I'm really sad the other second. Like, there's all these mental fucking casts that you try to put these emotions in, and it just ends up breaking the cast. And it makes you feel shame. And like I said, suck ass. So if you're over feeling suck ass for having emotions, let me here be one of the first people to tell you, you're not going to get the resolution you want from talking about it, okay? You're not too much. You just don't know how to actually process your emotions. And it's not your fault. Nobody taught us this stuff. So here I am. Maybe you're seeing me for the first time on TikTok, and boom, I'm teaching you this stuff. This is very simple. If you don't have a body graph already, you can go to my website or anywhere online, plug in your birth information, and it will pop you out one of these. If you have the 12, the 22, or the 5539 defined, and it literally will just look like this on the screen, it means you have emotional authority. It means there's no truth in the now. It means don't talk to people about your emotions. Go feel them. Go be alone. Go somewhere safe where you can say all of the things that you need to say or feel all of the things that you need to feel without having these judgmental eyes on you. There is no truth in the emotional wave. The emotional wave is this churning process that is going to help you discern and find clarity around your actual desires and what your mind wants or what everybody else wants for you. See, the beautiful thing about this melancholy is like this is where art comes from. This is where the muse is discovered. It's in the melancholy. But if you're constantly thinking, oh, there's something wrong with me, or you're constantly just talking about your problems or ignoring them or distracting yourself, you're never going to discover your muse. The muse, for those that don't know, is this kind of like unobtainable thing, and it's a source of inspiration. And that's what these channels can be for you if you process them the right way, and you don't bypass and you don't go up into your head. Now, if you do all those things, that's totally fine, but you have to start practicing something new, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting a different result. So if you're done with feeling like your emotions are too much or misunderstood, generate your body graph and start experimenting with emotional processes that are actually appropriate for your design. We are all so wonderfully unique, and yet we do not know how to embrace that uniqueness, especially with how much noise is out here in the internet spaces. But you don't change your life by fighting the existing reality. You have to create a new model that makes the old model obsolete. Whatever drug, coping mechanisms, or bullshit you've been using to bypass your emotions, this right here will make all of that obsolete, but you have to do the work. And if you stuck around this long, lucky you, because I'm going to tell you what these channels actually do in a little bit more detailed manner. 39 is obstruction. It's literally the poking, like, how does that feel? How does that feel? 55 is the abundance. It's the, oh my God, I feel everything. In human design, emotion and demoting is literally abundance. It's the abundance of the spirit, and it is the thing that is mutating from an authoritative center, something, the emotions, they hijack your entire system, to having awareness. This is why the more you practice with emoting, with openness, it stops hijacking your entire system and it starts to become more of an emotional awareness as opposed to an emotional authority. If you have this channel, it means there is a literal pressure to poke at your own emotions, other people's emotions, and to like figure out what's underneath the surface. Now, the 22 here is openness. This is the mood for listening, and it's the nervousness around being not listened to or having nothing worth listening to. 12 is caution. It's knowing when to speak and when not to speak, or rather, when to be cautious with your words and when you can throw caution to the wind. This is called the channel of openness, and it is notorious for poets, artists, writers, etc. Because the nervousness around I'm not being listened to or there's nothing worth listening to is going to fuel the manifestation of things that are worth listening to, or at least things that you believe are worth listening to. And both of these channels, again, they're about individualization of yourself. They're about differentiating yourself and making yourself different than everybody else out there. So if you found this helpful, or you have somebody in your life who you've heard say, I feel like no one understands me, or even when I share my emotions, I still don't feel better, send this video to them. And let me know in the comments if you have these or any parts, like maybe just the 22, or maybe just the 12, or just the 39, or 55. And now you know how to embody human design. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.